Hey guys, I hope everyone's having a great day or night, whatever time you're watching it. Thank you for clicking on the video. Today I'm going to be telling the story about the time my buddy grabbed the worst munchies you could think of, but not in the way you guys would think, um, in a way grosser way. But let's get into it. So this story takes place in 6th grade. I remember it was like spring going into summer. Um, I was with two friends, and we were biking around just all day. I remember it was a Saturday. We were biking around just all day. And because I live in a small town, we have really nothing to do. So in like spring and summertime, when we were younger, all we did was just bike around, go swimming, bike around some more. And so at some point towards the end of our bike ride, about riding around town, we came to the consumption that we want to smoke weed that night. And we've only smoked weed a few times, me and my friend, but we had another friend that had never smoked yet. It was going to be his first time. So we come up with the idea that we're gonna get $10 from each of our parents. We'll tell them that we're gonna sleep at my house and then buy a pizza. And I told my dad I was gonna sleep at a different house and buy a pizza, but then I told him plans changed, and he just never talked about the $10. But so I got $10, my buddy got $10, and my other friend he couldn't get $10. So we had $20 total. So we hit up the weed man, and we're like, "Can we get some sacred skunk? Some of that good, you know what I mean? Some of the za." And he's like, "Yeah, come on through." And we're like, "All right, bet we'll be there soon." So we hop on our bikes and we start biking over there. It's not too far of a bike ride, and we pull up, and he's the way he like sells. He doesn't like a lot of foot traffic through his house because of his he used to not like a lot of foot traffic through his house because of his mom. So we would go to the back window of his house and knock, and he would serve out of his back window. So we pull up to the back window. I knock on the window. He opens it. He's like, "Yo, what's up?" I'm like, "What's up?" I give him the money. He gives me like, I remember it was like a 1.5 of like, at the time I remember it was like all my town had for like a month. I swear it was this strain called Platinum Banana OG. It wasn't a bad strain, pretty good strain for the time. And I remember we got like a 1.5 of that for like $20. We grab our 1.5. We bike all the way back to my crib, which isn't too far away. We bike back to my house, and I remember we made a water bottle bong with like a pen and a bottle and some tinfoil, and like it was just a despicable way of smoking. But that's how I smoked for like probably a year. So I learned what a grab bong was, and that changed my life. But so we made the bong, and I remember we're chilling. We haven't smoked yet. The weed in the bong's like hidden in my room, and we we're chilling on the couch or whatever. And we came up with this plan that we wanted to sleep in this like tree house that I have, but it's not really a tree house. It's more so just a shed on stilts, like raised up on the ground that my dad made me for one of my younger birthdays. And so we end up going up in there. And I remember my dad at some point yells out to me. He's like, "Come here." I go over, talk to him. He's like, "I'm going out for the night. I'll be back late tonight." And I was like, "Okay, bet." I was so happy because, I mean, I got to fucking smoke without parent supervision there. I was hyped. I didn't have to stress about him finding out, I thought. So we he leaves. We're chilling in the treehouse. We go back down in my room, and we're about to smoke. So I didn't have a grinder at the time, and how I'd grind up weed is I had two clean pennies in a pill bottle, and I'd put my weed in the pill bottle and put the cap on and shake it for like 2 minutes, and it would grind up the weed enough that it was like decent, like it grinded it up, and I just grinded all the weed up that we had, and we just smoked all of it right there and there. And we didn't smoke a lot, and that kid, our other friend that we were with, it was his first time smoking, so he got really high, I remember. So we smoked all of that right there and there. We get high. We smoked like 5 bowl packs. And then I remember we go up to the treehouse, and we are high, higher than a kite, just high as could be. And I remember the one friend that smoked for the first time had like paranoia about the cops coming or something like that. And I remember he started typing in his notes because he was just really high. I remember he's typing in his notes just random words because I don't think he had like service or something, Wi-Fi or something. He was just typing random words in his notes, And my friend like grabs his phone and threw it on the ground. He's like, "Don't call the cops," and then he was like paranoid that he was calling the cops because he thought the cops were coming. My other friend, it was a whole fiasco. I remember my friend. I don't remember all the words he was typing, but I remember one of the words being whale. I don't know why he was I don't know what he was typing or why, but one of the words was whale. So fucking he's about 10 minutes go by. They're over the shenanigans about fucking the cops coming and all that. So we eventually realize that we don't really want to sleep out there. So we go back in my house, and it's probably later at night. It's probably 10, almost 11 now. We're still high. We probably smoked the weed at like 9. It is probably 8:39, and we are still just peak of the top high. And we're sitting on the couch watching movies in my living room, and I remember my dad comes home, and he's like, he comes in the living room, and my friend so suspiciously just throws himself like under the blankets he's covered with, and like covers his head. And my dad's like, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with him?" And he's like, I'm just tired, all high up under the blanket. My dad gives me a weird look, and he goes to the bathroom, I remember, and he comes back, and my bathroom in my house is right next to my bedroom. And I remember he comes back, and he like looks at me. He's like, "Landon, come here." And I go over, and he like pulls me around the corner. He's like, "You been smoking weed in my house? You high?" And I was like, I looked him dead straight in the face. I was like, "No, I would never do that. Why would I do that?" And he's like, he could honestly tell I was high and just was tired, didn't want to argue. He's like, "Okay, whatever." And he's like, "Are you sure?" I remember he's like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "No, I promise." And he's like, "Okay, whatever." And he walks away. And I go back down and lay in the living room. And this is where the story kicks in. The title of the story kicks in. So we're chilling, and it's probably 3 hours since we smoked, and we are still so high. I don't know why we were so high, but we were so high. And I remember we got the munchies back. I made popcorn, and my friend was just looking for snacks because I was like, "Rate everything, find everything." And somehow my friend found these old mini muffins in the back of one of my cabinets, and I didn't know they were old, and he was just munching on them. They're like confetti mini muffins. And I remember he ate like 3 bags of them. He's on like his 4th bag, and he's like, "Do these taste weird to you?" And I grab the bag and I like smell it, and it smells like just rotten milk or something, just disgusting smell. And he's already ate like 3 bags of these. It's disgusting. I remember I'm like, "Ugh, they smell bad." But my high ass, I don't know why, I was like, "Let me try one." So I try one, I bit it, and I like instantly almost wanted to throw up. It was just disgusting. I remember I was like, "Oh my God, they're rotten." And we looked at the bag on the expiration date, and they were like 4 months gone bad. And they were just sitting in like a hot cabinet. It was gross. I remember he was like over the toilet like gagging. He was like he was gagging because of how gross it was. He like it was grossed out. He ate so many bags. He ate like 4 bags of them, and didn't realize until about the 4th bag. And I remember throughout the night too, we were drinking a lot of Pepsis because my dad's a Pepsi guy. And I remember back in the day when shit wasn't so expensive, he would get the like 30 racks of Pepsi. And I remember that night, me, my friend, and my other friend, one of my friend that smoked for the first time ever that night drank like 15 Pepsis to himself. And then me and my other friend just split the other 2, like the other half. But we killed the whole 30 rack of Pepsis in one night. It was ridiculous. I remember we were so high. We were just like ridiculously high. It was just, it was good. But yeah, that was about the story about the time my friend got just the grossest munchies ever. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.